Hey everybody, it's Tiffany from Tiffany's Paper Shop, and I just wanted to show you a quick fun little tutorial about stamping with bleach. Yes, you don't need anything except for a stamp, some bleach, and some paper, and a paper towel, maybe a plate. It's really easy. It works best if you have stamps that are fine. Fine detailed. This one is one of my favorites, and I've had it for years. So yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to find it, but this is what it says on the side. Wired Delight is the name of it, by Stampendous. It works really great. That's what I did this one with. It's just so, it's like kind of, I don't know, like old-fashioned looking, I think, like distressed, you know. This is an old set that I've had forever from Stampin' Up. Yes, this is what got me started on this idea. I was making a little tag folio to give as gifts. This idea is from Lyric Lovers, and she did a fun tutorial on a tag folio, and so I decided to make my own. I changed it up a little bit, and I'm going to be making a video on this as well, but I can open it up. I haven't glued this string onto the back yet. Still working on it, but this is what it looks like inside. So you can fill it up with cute handmade tags, and I'm going to, yeah, I'll show you how to do that soon, hopefully in the next day or two. But let's see. So what was I saying? Yeah, the stamps that have fine lines work the best. I bought these from Tuesday Morning yesterday, and I thought they would be perfect for this, but they don't really work. They're not as fine. So they looked like they were fine. Let's see, where's my, here's this stamp I used, but it's not, yeah. You know, the drawing on it looks pretty fine detailed, but it's not. I don't know if you can see that. The lines are actually kind of thick. So so this is what came out of that stamp. So it's pretty, like that bleached kind of bubbles up in, you know, instead of spreading out. I don't know how to explain that, but, and here's one more that didn't work. So this is what the stamp looks like, and this is how it turned out. So don't try to do I mean, it's fun to experiment and try different papers, and some papers, if they're not, like if they've got the white core and patterned paper, they do not work. But just have fun playing, experimenting. I had this piece of craft paper this is a planner from the Dollar Tree, and I had ripped the cover off. I was going to use it in a traveler's notebook, and I thought, I'm just going to try it on this, and it kind of worked. And at first I didn't think it was going to work at all, but it took longer. But it sort of showed up. You could decorate it and make it look cute. So anyway, let me show you how to do this. Going to move this stuff aside for a minute. Grab some paper. I need to move that a little bit farther. Probably want some twine, our ribbon, and if you have grommets, that's great. If you don't, just use a hole punch and punch some holes. Okay, so I just use a plate that I have in my kitchen and a paper towel. I've got just a full paper towel here. You probably could do with a half. I just fold it up and make my little stamp pad. And it won't really sit until you put the bleach on it. And I've got just my bottle of Clorox. And I'm just gonna dump some on the paper towel and get it good and wet, but not, you don't want it like all over your plate, just enough to get your paper towel nice and wet. And that might be too thick, actually. I'm going to lay that out. Yeah. It's good and wet, but not puddling. Okay, I think that'll work. Oh, that smell. Try not to get any on your clothes. I should have had a, oh, I do have a wash rag here. Okay, good. Now, all I need to do is, I'm gonna wipe that spot off my table. Let's grab your stamp. And I actually did, I didn't even show you, I actually stamped my own, like, scrapbook page background. I can get that all in camera, all in, let's see. So I thought that was pretty fun. Had some of it kind of go off the page. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to use first? All these little guys do such a good job. These little fine lines. I love this snowman one. So just blot it on there. I might have a little much. We'll see. And then I like to kind of turn it a different direction and make sure it's all loaded up. And then you'll want to make sure, like if you want it to go this way, if you want the top of your tag here, make sure you've got room here on your paper, or if you want it to go that way, I'm going to have it go this way. So I'm going to put it in this corner and just plop it down. Well, not very straight, but that's okay. We can cut it so it's straight. I blew on it a little bit. And this paper has got a texture to it. And so sometimes they don't work great when you've got a texture on your paper. So I just turned it over. Look how cute. Is that adorable? So fun. And it's like magic. It's like, you know, disappearing ink or something. It takes a minute for it to all show up, but pretty fun, isn't that? Love it. And so if you have like scraps, like strips of, you know, 2 inches or 3 inches scraps of paper, this is perfect for that. And I'm going to have like this one. I'm going to want some extra room at the top to do this one. Wouldn't that be cute to stick in there in that pocket? If I can get it in the pocket. So fun. Yeah, so leave a little room at the top. Looks like I've got a drop of bleach on there. And you can, and it'll blend in, you know, if, with your little, I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm going to put it right over the top of that. Make sure I have some room at the top. Oh, I don't think I got that inked up all the way. Oh, maybe I did. At least I'm not blowing on you guys, right? Gosh, it's a miracle, I think. You know, I have not gotten sick this year at all. And I'm single, so I go out to parties, dances, you know, all kinds of activities. And thank goodness I have been blessed. Okay, I'm going to try that one again because, yeah, I didn't quite get my top inked up enough. So I'm going to go in this corner and try it again. You see how that's appearing like magic? And some papers do better than other papers, but look, see how bright it's turning out now? It takes a few minutes for it to for you to get its full effect. And this is not good for your stamps. These are some really old stamps, so I'm not too worried about it, but I always make sure that I just blot it off right away, and then I'll wipe them off, you know, good when I'm done. But get some of that bleach off of there. I think this is a cute one. I'm going to try that one on the top of this one. Sorry, I'm blowing on it to get it to dry faster. Ooh. Isn't that so cool? I love it. Okay, pretty easy, right? I'm gonna do one more for you. Let's see. I love this one. It looks prettier on green, but I don't think I have any more green right now. I tried it on this coordinations paper, and it does not work because it's got, I think it's got the white core, the white center. You can't even see where I stamped it right there. It's got a little bit of a film on it. But it does not work on that paper. Let's see, I've got a little scrap over here. Let's see if this will fit. Maybe. I'm going to try it. Did I stamp that good enough or ink it up good enough? And some colors it looks a little more yellow. I didn't get that centered very well, but it's coming out okay. I'm gonna blot it off so I don't ruin my stamps too much. Okay, and then if you don't have a paper trimmer, you can just cut it out with your scissors. Where did I put my trimmer? Here it is. It's covered with paper. Just gonna trim these out real quick. And so I really like to stamp it first and then trim it because it's pretty hard, like you just saw. It's hard to center things with a stamp unless you've got one of those, you know, stamp-a-majig thingers that you can line things up with. Okay, then you can either, if you have a corner punch, sometimes, like, where are all my examples? This one, I just rounded the corners of the top. And that's really easy to make it look like a tag. And this one too. So, oh, I wanted to show you where, oh, I left it on the counter. Let me grab it. I got this from the Dollar Tree the other day. I think it was last week, but just cotton. It's just string, twine, I don't know. It's supposed to be yarn, but it's not very nice yarn, but I thought this would be perfect for, you know, if you wanted to make a whole bunch of tags. These are so, you know, would be so inexpensive. Yeah, grab some of that for $1. And of course you can find all the fun baker's twine like this. And then you can always put ribbon through it. If you've got ribbon, just use what you've got. I have tons of this, the Hug Snug, the seam binding ribbon. So I love to use that. You can crinkle it up. So let's see. If you want them to be square, go ahead and use this one. I actually like dipped the edges. I just went like that and dipped the edges in it so that the edges are distressed. Pretty fun. Let's see. So you can just, okay, I'm going to trim this off. Not cut my other tags. if you've got a nice tag, just use that. As a template and trim the edges like that. And that way, if you don't, you can just, you know, nip a corner and then take that little piece and use that as your template for the other side. And that way they'll both be even, so, or sort of even. It's almost even. Okay, and then you can just punch a hole and put a string through it, make it simple. Let's see if I have a scrap of white here. Is going to, oh, I don't want to use that. Let me grab this scrap over here. Because this paper is kind of flimsy. I want it to be a little more sturdy, so I'm going to use a scrap. And this is, if you've done a lot of crafting, you can figure this out yourself totally. But for somebody that's new to this, to make it simple, I'm just going to grab this glue that's here. Oh, I don't want to glue it on yet, sorry. I'm going to eyeball it. Try to give like maybe 1/8 of an inch around the edge. It's also nice to have white on the back to write on. Okay, I love this trimmer because it's got a wire down the center so you can see exactly where you're going to cut. Oops. Moved it, I think it's okay. Okay, I'm going to just try to make sure you've got a little even edge all the way around. Like that. So now you've got that. So now I'm going to push this all the way into the corner and just trim that off. And I'm going to push it all the way into the other corner and trim that off, and then voila, there's your perfect mat. You can glue that together, punch a hole in it. This is I use this for everything, you guys. What's it called? We Are Memory Keepers. Can you see that? It's an eyelet punch, I believe is the name of it. So you can punch a hole, and you want it farther down than you think you will, because if you're just punching a hole, use any hole punch you have. But if you want to put an eyelet in it, here are my eyelets. Pretty gold ones. Stick that right there. Of course, you would glue your paper together first. And then you're going to use this center. So the hole punch, there's a small hole punch here and a bigger one here. Then you're going to use this part in the middle. And I haven't ever figured out which way it's actually supposed to go. I'll usually do it one way and then do it the other way again to make sure it's nice and flat. I can't see what I'm doing, trying to hold it at an angle so you can see it. And just squeeze it. Like that. And that worked really well. I don't know which way did I do it. I think I had this on the top. The part that's poking out on the top. So, oh, not quite centered, but you can still trim it up a little bit. So, isn't that fun? And then I'm going to take a little piece of ribbon, maybe 8 inches or so, 9 inches. And I like to make sure my corners have a nice point to them, like that. That makes it easier to get it in to your little eyelet, grommet, whatever they're called. And I go from the front make this little loopy thing like that, and then you've got your loop here, and you're going to just bring those ends through that loop like that. Isn't that pretty? And yeah, like I said, you can get this wet, you can spray it, or just get your hands wet and munch it up like that, so it's what's the word? So it's munched up, so it's, yeah. Sorry. I'm terrible with the words, as you probably have figured out if you watch some of my videos. But isn't that just a fun idea? You don't need to have, if you don't have white ink, you know, just use some bleach that you've got under your kitchen cupboard. I think that was all I wanted to show you today. Yeah, stay tuned for my tag folio video. And I wanted to also show you real quick my latest, let me get this bleach out of the way, my latest page kit that is for sale in my Etsy shop. And I will link this below. And I won't be able to get it fully in camera. Let's see if I can lift this up a little bit without making you dizzy. So I'll just overlap that a little bit. This is Simple Stories paper. So cute, this paper. My paper trimmer is in the way. Okay, that's most of it right there. So I designed this tree die cut myself. You will need to fussy cut out this little Santa guy. And you get a full sheet of stickers. Yeah, isn't that adorable? I think it's pretty cute. So thanks for watching, you guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you want to see more craft videos, and I do craft hauls. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay safe. Take care.